Welcome back to the Kodak Invitational. John Neighbor and Maura Driscoll as we look at our standings halfway through the competition, with Dynamo taking the lead over Cincinnati and ahead of the two teams from Australia, the Koalas and the Kangaroos. Dynamo took the lead on the basis of a great score by Shannon Miller on the uneven bars. Now in the all-around competition, Shannon's scores have put her nicely in the lead, just ahead of Rebecca Stoyel from Australia. Heather Brink, a Shannon Miller teammate, is currently in third place, and two Cincinnati athletes are in fourth and fifth. Rebecca Stoyel, second place right now in the overall, performed earlier in the A grouping in the floor exercise. A great routine, Maura.
And Rebecca, again, second in the all-around at the 94 Commonwealth Games. She's one of their top athletes. She doesn't have the level of difficulty as some of the other gymnasts, but the Australian team is so clean. Very nice artistic expression. She's going to do a double pike for her first tumbling pass. Two flips in a piked position. When we say piked, we mean bending at the hips. Another little side pass, a front handspring, front layout. Rebecca actually performs 4 tumbling pass, and it's only a requirement to have 2. She kind of goes over and above the call of duty in that respect.
I should point out that Brooke Anderson's score on beam prior to our last break was a 9.175. She was the one from the host club of Atlanta School of Gymnastics.
It's easy to notice with the seasoned veterans that they have so much more confidence in their expression on the floor exercise. They just look more comfortable out there. This is her third tumbling pass. 2 front handsprings into a front full. That was a D element. She can earn 1/10 of bonus with that skill. She's not done. She has 1 more tumbling pass.
Should be noted that she was not even placed at the end of her team's rotation. They didn't think that she was the best one on the floor X, but she certainly turned in a great performance here.
Here's her last tumbling pass, a whip through to a double full. Nicely done. A nice performance.
Now you're looking live at Zeena McLaughlin as she tackled the first of 2 vaults. She's the best athlete on the Kangaroo squad, the other Australian team. Should mention Rebecca Stoyel received a 9.375 on that floor exercise routine, and that'll keep her in the running in the all-around. Zeena doesn't seem too pleased with that vault.
I don't think she is. She's doing a round-off entry vault like we've seen earlier tonight. And again, she was the 94 national all-around champ in the junior division, national champion in Australia. We're going to take another look at her vault. Again, that round-off entry, good strong run is very important. And once her hands hit the horse, she needs instantaneous propulsion. Her legs are tucked. It's a tucked position and not a laid-out position.
Now let's remember, in the vault, it's the best of the 2 vault scores that are counted in the all-around and team competition. So she's going to do her second attempt now.
In a meet like this, the vault, you know, you get your competition jitters and the adrenaline flowing, and it can really help you on this event because you need that power, you need that strength, you need that push. A low score for Zeena. Again, it's not worth a 10.0, so you have to keep that into consideration.
Does the actual executing the vault take a lot out of you? Is it difficult to do the second vault?
Actually, this is where you need to improve. Much nicer, straight body position, tighter legs, and a little bit more distance away. She still doesn't look that happy about it, but that was much better than the first vault.
Looked like she was about to lose balance on the landing, but she did a little side hop facing the judges. But boy, she does not seem pleased.
She doesn't at all, but we'll take another look at this here. Again, once her hands touch the horse, you need to get them off, push as hard as you can off of the horse, and she wants to have her body completely straight and completely tight. Now let's look here. It's stretched, but her knees are bent and her toes are bent. And again, you're right, she went off to the side a little, tried to save it, kind of fake it around.
We'll be back with Zeena McLaughlin's score when we return for more gymnastics competition here at the Kodak Invitational. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Gwinnett Civic and Cultural Center in Duluth, Georgia. Just now mounting onto the beam is Marianna Webster, a Shannon Miller teammate. The Dynamos, interestingly enough, during our last break, have received a difficult handicap in that one of their teammates injured herself in practice in warm-up just now and is pulled out of the team competition. So there's a lot of pressure on every one of these Dynamos, especially on the beam.
As if there weren't enough pressure on this event. This is definitely a pressure event, and these girls have to stay focused. They want to stay in the lead. It's very important for them now, since all of their scores will count, as you said. Marianna got her first international medal on this event at the '94 Goodwill Games in St. Petersburg, and Steve Nuno was the only one who had gymnasts represented there. He took his entire team there. It was a big risk because it was 2 weeks before the national championship, so kudos to him because he really represented the country with his teammates, with his team members.
You said at the start of the program that the team that does best on beam is most likely to win, and Dynamo A team has taken the lead in the last rotation. Now they face the difficult hurdle that is before them.
That's right, and Cincinnati had trouble on this event, which is probably can account for them being behind Dynamo.
During the break, Zeena McLaughlin from the Kangaroo squad earned an 8.3 on her second vault. The same score. Nice dismount.
Beautiful dismount.
Marianna Webster.
Beautiful dismount. She stuck the landing. A solid, beautiful stuck landing. That was excellent.
Excellent.
Right there with an encouraging word. You can hardly tell that he probably isn't feeling a lot of pressure to see his team win here.
I think it's easy for him. This is another look at this dismount. She gets a lot of nice height, and she anticipates the ground and just completely sticks the landing. Nice height, good rotation. She sees the ground, there her feet hit it, and she stands it right up. Nicely done.
So the 15-year-old high school freshman is done for the third rotation. Her first international medal, as you mentioned, at the Goodwill Games in St. Petersburg, Russia, late in 1984.
It's very important that the girls early up in the rotation do a good job because it really is the domino effect. The first person up, the second person up, those are the people that you really rely on to get that momentum going.
Now, normally, Mina Kim, the 13-year-old, would have gone next, but she's the girl who's pulled out of the beam contest. In the back room, she hit her head, so she's dropped out. So here is Heather Brink, who's currently third in the all-around competition here at this meet.
And this is a huge dismount. She just keeps on tumbling. Very well done. She's a very dramatic dancer on both the balance beam and the floor exercise.
Webster's mark for the beam is a 9.85. Great score. Dynamo looking in good control there.
I have to say, the rest of this routine has to seem like a piece of cake after that kind of mount. Again, on this event, it's very important to really simulate your everyday workout experience. You don't want to feel as if you're in an arena. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that was such a simple
That was
position.
a very simple thing. And again, what happens on an event like this is you get the big tricks out of the way, and you're not paying attention to those little things, and so simply and so easily, you can fall off on the easiest of skills. That's the kind of thing that Steve Nuno would be upset about.
The deduction for a fall on an easy trick is just the same as the deduction for a fall on a hard trick.
Exactly the same, and it's a 5/10 deduction for any fall off of any apparatus.
Too bad. Well, the 5/10 is about what separates the Nuno Dynamos from the Cincinnati team. Great height on that dismount.
Excellent height. She's excellent height on all of her tumbling on balance beam and on floor exercise, but she has to be extremely disappointed about that.
Well, as the team competition heats up, it's Dynamos here versus the Cincinnati squad. Let's take a look one more time.
Again, nice height on her dismount. She probably just wants to get off the beam because she just can't shake the fact that she fell in that simple move that she's done 1,000 times. A little step on the landing.
Could that pad have skidded a bit on the landing, maybe? Well, we'll never know. We'll find out soon enough. 450 is her competitive number. Heather Brink awaiting her official mark.